Okay, so Dave wouldn't let me in the house, and he shut the garage door and he locked it. And I was sitting outside until I started freezing, just shivering. And I needed to at least sit in the garage, so I knocked on the door and asked him if I could sit in the garage for a little bit until I could get a ride. And then the next thing I know, again, he has his keys and he's saying, "Get in my truck, I'm taking you home, or I'm calling the police and they can take you home." Just absolutely heartless. So, I'm trying to talk to him since we're in the same vicinity since, 3 weeks ago when we had sex for hours, and, he held me, he pulled me close to him, made me put my head on his chest. So that was like my favorite thing to do. I hear his heartbeat, I'd fall asleep to it. Sometimes I drool all over him. I just loved it, and he did too. I know. I could just see it. I felt it. I know that he still loves me. But I know I did some things that fucked things up. But it shouldn't be like that. It's not the way he makes it out to be. His scenarios are not my reality. Everybody fucks up. He did a lot of fucking up in his life too. A lot more than me. And I won't even get into what he did. But then he does this to me for something yeah. So anyways, so I start bawling. It's like the cruelest thing to put someone you love into the car to take them home so they're not near you and not in your property and because he doesn't want me there today. Tomorrow he could have. 3 weeks ago he did. And he's just been wicked cruel, and of course I have no car, so I can't really even try to persuade him in person. All I can do is write to him, and he ignores it. So I start talking to him and asking him, "How can you do this? Don't you feel bad? How do you live with yourself?" The last time that he poured his heart out to me, he told me he does have a hard time looking in the mirror in the morning. He does have a hard time. He has chest pains. He feels sick. And I know he's doing that again, but he's still just he's got to hold his ground. And I don't understand that whole pride thing. Pride gets in the way of everything for him. And it's probably ruined most of his happiness in his life. So then I start demanding, because he's being so heartless and cruel when he's talking to me. So I'm like, "Why, Dave? Why and how? I want to know, and I'm not Kelly. I'm not fucking Kelly. I know that half the shit that he's projecting onto me is because of her. Then I found out about his daughter with the checks, and he tried to accuse me of stealing checks. I moved them from the punishment room closet to the other spare bedroom closet. I've had my hands on his checks for 3 years. I've never done anything. You think I want a fucking forgery and fucking theft, fucking grand larceny, pretty much, probably it would be. I don't even know. It would probably be a felony anyways. So stupid. Half the things that he's accused me of are things that other people in his relationships that he's had in the past have done to him. Not me. I'm not that person. I'm a good fucking person. I've always fucking been sure of it. If there is a heaven, I know I'll be there. Without a question or a doubt. I wonder if he can say that about himself. This is just asinine. So I start banging my hand on the middle thing where the center console thing is to a trough. Because I want to listen, and I want him to listen to me. He never listens. He just acts like a fucking ignorant asshole is what he does. Because he just won't hear anything. He won't discuss anything. Our entire relationship, I don't even think we had arguments. We had a problem, and then it was him running. I don't want to talk about it. Don't speak to me. One more word, I'm leaving. I would literally be like, "Dave," and he'd be already out the door. No discussion. No nothing. So of course it would never work. Of course the problems would just compile and fucking just build and turn into a fucking volcano. That's exactly what he made everything turn into as a volcano. Even things that were little. Even things that weren't even true. That he made up another scenario in his head and perceived it to be something this and that and made it true to him. Guess what I'm doing and how much I'm doing something or who I'm doing it with. He has no idea. But he makes it his reality. But it's not mine. So fucking... He like slams on his brakes a few times. I go slamming into the fucking dashboard. And I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Why can't you ever just talk to me? Why can't we discuss anything? And then he starts fucking telling me that he's going to kick me out of the truck and blah, blah, blah. So we turn on the bell out. What does he do? He slams on the brakes. I go flying into the dashboard. And then he goes around the fucking truck and he fucking grabs me as fucking roughly as he could and fucking throws me out of the truck. Well, you know what? I'm not just going to be thrown around and left like a piece of trash on the fucking side of the road. No, I grabbed onto his clothes and he was going to come down with me. And he did. And we struggled. And I held onto his shirt so much that I ripped it off of him. I wasn't letting go. It's not going to happen. You're not going to treat me like that. And if so, then you're going to get treated like something too. So we get into this huge thing. He's choking me. He choked me. He actually choked me. And fucking my shoulders and my arms fucking hurt. He manhandled the fuck out of me like as roughly as he could. But you know what? It's kind of sad because that was a good challenge. Like, I think I might be as strong as him. Literally. He got me down a few times, but I brought him with me every time. No, you're not going to do that to me. Dave's fucking skinny as fuck. And he's wrinkly and old. Old way before his time. He looks horrible for his age. I know guys that are his age and even older that look good. Fine. They don't look like that. And I think his miserableness more than the weathering from his job is what fucking does it to him. He just looks like a miserable, miserable old man. I just can't even believe it. I mean, this was like a real physical fight. Like, he scratched me. He scratches me all the time. Like, he really fucking... He hurt me. More so, though, in my heart. Like, I'm fucking absolutely destroyed, devastated by him. I don't even know what to do. But right now, I'm feeling pretty numb. And I don't know how to feel right now. I don't know what to do. He spit in my face a couple months back. Threw me on the ground and spit in my face like a worthless piece of trash. Like the bottom of the barrel, man. He has despised a couple of my friends to the point where he fucking caused a flat-out war over just stopping at my house real quick because someone was there staying at my house. And he fucking lost it. And of course we broke up over that one too, you know. And like, he'll run into her and talk to her like she's fucking a buddy of his. And he treats me, someone who shared intimacy and love. Our minds, our souls. We shared it all. I love him so much. And I still don't even know why. I don't know what to do. I'm so fucking beyond broken. Like, I thought I was broken before. Oh my God, am I broken now? He kills me. And all I see when I look at him with all these problems he has is a scared little boy. And I want to hug him, and I want to hold him, and I want to make it better. And I suppose that's my sickness. This is what a narcissistic, borderline, fucking controlling relationship does. I read about it all the time. That we become codependent. We just want to fix him. I want to fix him. I want to grow old with him and be happy. But no matter who he's with, his relationships will always turn out the same, except most of these girls, they would have ran fucking 2 or 3 years ago. He wants those independent fucking, well-off fucking this and that. Go ahead. The first time she says she's going out with her friends and she says she'll be home around 11 and she gets home at 2 or 3. Let the games begin. And she'll fucking leave. No one that's emotionally fucking mentally stable in like the average person sense will ever tolerate being told that they can't do things, and God forbid they've committed a fucking crime against humanity if they're fucking a couple hours late because they were just having so much fun with their friends that they lost track of time. No, they become a liar. And the word means nothing. Untrustworthy. No integrity. My heart breaks for him. That it should be breaking for myself. This is not normal. And I know it. And I've become so complacent in my life with abusive relationships that I don't know if I'll ever be able to break the pattern. I'm pretty much scarred for life by each individual man that's fucked my head up and my heart up, but also by my own doing of accepting so much less than I have ever deserved. And I've let it destroy me. I've pretty much given up my house for it. I didn't even notice that Dash was getting sick because I was too busy being stuck up Dave's ass and trying to please him. That first year and a half, I didn't do anything wrong at all. Just my life revolved around him. I don't even know why. But yeah, I lost myself trying to find someone else for themselves. It's pretty much how it goes. I'm probably going to die on this road with coyotes and fox or something. Who knows? There's so many fucked up animals. I've made it almost halfway home. And he doesn't give a fuck about me. And I don't give a fuck about anything but him. So I've gotten beat up by 2 men this week. One tried to rob me and beat me up. And then the love of my life beat me up in more ways than one. I'll never be the same.